Mechanics of my storytelling. My goal in my storytelling was to define each person in my life into characters, give them context, conflict, climax, and closure. The books launch at a mental health crisis. We venture into my real hallucination depicted for the reader. Focusing on the inner mind is where my story began, searching for inner healing. My mom was dying from cancer in 2020. Her journey with cancer was my driving force. Our dream was to write our version of Gilmore Girls. We called our version Trailer Park Girls. Our story is not told without writing the web of Gilmore Girls mixed with my life. And growing up, listening to my mother's dream of writing grew the dream in me. When the show aired, I was 10 years old. My mom planted the seed to be like Rory Gilmore. I worked hard and mirrored my life to reflect her story. Staring Girl Shadows focused on my love story with my old friend Jessie. How our love intertwines and our real life love story would end before it began, but our friendship remained. Those chapters closed and my schizophrenia diagnosis came after Staring Girl Shadows was wrote. And in those 35 books, I have my notes, using the notes of Staring Girl Shadows to write the Holy Grail series. The series is my most popular series. My goal after I was released from my second hospital stay for my mental illness, I made a promise to myself to write the Rory Gilmore book, the book she was writing for her Jess. My story surrounded a boy named Jesse. Her book would do the same. I held back, letting the reader ask for more, and diving into uncommon stories. And overall, I hope my writing would bring peace and comfort. My mom encouraged me to write about love, focusing on my real-life love stories from high school years. Who we are as adults, and we jump back and forth. And that's the overall story of my books that surround my mental health journeys.
Capable of, give them the energy of resilience. Resilience. But the question is, am I going to be resilient enough to get back up when I fall off that horse? Am I going to be resilient enough to get up the next morning when I didn't even feel like getting up the morning before?
When your voice chimes up and starts talking you out of that is your signal to act immediately. If it's telling you to take a break, you go do double the work. If it's telling you, man, it's Sunday, you don't need to do this, you need to get the fuck up and do it. Every time you hear it, you need to take action, because action is the only thing that will squash that voice permanently.
Am I going to be resilient enough to show up for myself, good God Almighty, when nobody showed up for me? Can I show up for myself today, and then the next day, and then the next day? And when you start to realize resilience is a muscle, the only way to develop it is to be pushed, is to be tested, is to make you want to quit. Life's going to make you want to quit. Don't quit. Don't stop. Because worst case, you're going to develop your muscle of resilience, and resilience will be the thing that always gets you to the top of the mountain.
You see, you do become what you think about most of the time. You do achieve what you think about most of the time. So all successful people and all wealthy people think about their goals most of the time.
There's going to come a time where you want to quit. And if your reason why is not stronger than the urge to quit, you'll fold. You'll fold over and over, and you'll keep failing. Get clear on these things. Who you want to be physically, who you want to be mentally, who you want to be to those around you, who you want to be in 5 years, and why. Why do you want all of this? That's the most important thing. Before you even start, you have to know why this is important to you.
There is a version of you right now that exists that has it all. Everything you could possibly think of, versioning, just living it right now. And the fastest way to experience that is to connect to that highest version of you. So here's how you do it. It's before going to bed, imagine this white light coming down from the sky, filling your entire body up with this white light. And when you're ready, I want you to follow this light up as far as you can go. And your intention is, I want to connect to the version of myself that has the life that I want. So follow this light up as far as you can go, beyond the country, beyond the earth, until you're there. And when you're there, just bask in everything that you experience. You might even say to yourself, I fully receive all the lessons, all the guidance in this space. I am ready to be one with the version of me that has it all. I am ready, I am ready, I am ready. And then fall asleep to this energy. Do that and you'll be shocked at the things that you're gonna attract and experience when you wake up in the morning.
It's the lonely moments that expose how you treat yourself, because if you find that nobody's around and the fear of being with your own mind starts to creep in, you haven't built enough evidence that you can trust yourself. You shouldn't be afraid of you. You are the only thing in this world you actually control. And I promise to be in good company with yourself is very possible even in the painful moments. You know, your heroes are heroic because they never default on who you'd expect them to be. So keep all of your promises to yourself and watch you become your biggest hero.
Nothing happens till you take action. Nobody ever thought their way to success. Nobody ever hoped their way to success. Nobody ever wrote goals on a planner to success. They acted. The moment that you and I act, the moment that you and I move, the moment that you and I take action, action is what attracts. It's the action, it's the movement that people say, oh my, look at them. Look what they're doing, look where they're going. And the moment that I began to take action, I began to attract people. I began to attract resources. I began to attract opportunities. All this stuff, it doesn't come to you. Quit waiting for it. It isn't coming. You go to it and you make it happen.
Nothing more motivating than the knowledge I'm going to die. Think of the prisoner in the cell and then putting an X through every one, because every X is one day closer to getting out. Well, let's do that for your life. Every X you spend doing nothing, that's a day you could have done something and you're gonna die one day. It's there on the calendar, okay? This would so motivate me, as it does, to be as productive as I can, as helpful as I can. Try to make a better world for your privilege of having lived in it. So if knowing you're gonna die brings meaning to your life, then living forever is a life of no meaning at all.
If you decide that you